Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited about today's video. I'm super humbled by it as well. I randomly decided to do a BOGO sale yesterday and got the biggest order I've ever received in the 10 years that I've had my business open. So I'm super excited to share all the things I'm gonna put in that order. They literally got like one of everything. And so this is super exciting. But before we continue, I have a confession to make. I 100% tried to make today's video and the thumbnail and the title clickbaity for a reason. Because can we just normalize that this is not everybody's normal all the time? If you are new here, this is not my normal. I have never in the 10 years I've been open, 10 years, had Ginger Patch Designs, had a 78 item order. Now a lot of the items are small, but still 78 items is wild for me. Now I'm really not trying to sound like a hypocrite, like I purposely made the clickbaity title, but there's more to it than this. This gave me this idea because I've had a lot of people comment about fear and uncomfortable things, and they're trying to do this, they're trying to do that. And it gave me this idea to start, I don't want to call it like a series maybe, but just kind of like an overall theme in upcoming videos about like an uncomfortable series, like things that I've done in my business to get uncomfortable, and that the uncomfortable things have led to success. Now, success looks very different for everyone, and we can talk more about that later if you want to. Let me know down in the comments. But I've seen growth, whether it's small growth, big growth, things that I've done to kind of push me in the right direction. I follow this channel called Our Cheery Corner. She does all kinds of artwork for like custom dog keychains and stuff. And she recently posted on TikTok about the messy middle, about how the messy middle is where you're not at the beginning stages of your business, but you're not like rocking and rolling. And that's not what she said. I'm hardcore paraphrasing. The messy middle is like not where you're first starting your business, but you're not also rocking and rolling and the business is fully sustainable and all that. There's this messy middle, and the messy middle can take a long time. The messy middle can last a long time. And that's where I'm at. I'm in the messy middle. I am still in the growth phase where some months the business is completely sustainable and other months it is not. Okay, so in the spirit of transparency, while we're packing this order, I'm gonna start sharing some things that I've done very recently that led to an order like this. Okay, this is what we're working with, and we're just gonna ignore the mess over here. She had such a large order. I went ahead and started picking it just to make sure I had everything made this morning. But this is fabric lining for some tote bags I'm working on, unfinished fabric tags. This is market prep, printing more bookmarks, and these are some vintage fabric that I've already cut, and I've got the zippers going for, I'm doing another video with vintage fabric keychain wallets. Why can I not speak this morning? But this order got some clearance stuff, and then she got a whole bunch of bookmarks. So she pretty much got like almost one of everything. She's got It's Not Hoarding If It's Not Books, Hot Girls Read. This is a really top seller at markets. And no, I do not design all of these. I actually buy them. This is a bundle where it's the Slow Burn Book Club, Monster Romance Book Club, and Morally Gray. And then this is also like hands down top seller at markets, and it's one of my favorites, the Purple Antisocial Book Club. And they're not double-sided. I've tried double-sided in the past, but it just has my logo on the back. This is True Crime Book Club. I think I'm gonna let this one go. I don't know about that bloody knife right there. This is another bundle, Dark Academia, another Slow Burn, and Morally Gray. And this was like the top selling bundle when I first started doing laminated bookmarks. It's like the cowgirl theme, like kind of disco. These are some random plushies that were in the clearance section, and these are also in the clearance section. I have several, I'm calling them backpack keychains. I've got turtles, whales, daisies, and rainbows left. They'd be a great back to school present. With so many orders, like as I package each of them up, I'm just gonna highlight them just like as a double check that I'm not leaving anything off of the order. And also, if you are new here, I am 100% gonna validate your crafty hoarding. Let me give you another example, 172 of things that I've hoarded that is now gonna come in handy. So I purchased these like really long cellophane packages a long time ago, thinking that I would like put bundles of bookmarks in here and like hang them at markets. I did not like how that looked at all. And so I was like, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do with these. Well, when I get bigger bookmark orders, which is not that often, they do come in handy. So this is what we're working with. I put all the sets together, and then all of the singles I put together in a bag. So this entire order came from an email that I send out to my subscribers on my website. Now that sounds really like cool and like business girly, right? But let me be completely honest. I do not have hundreds and hundreds or even thousands of people on my email list. I'd have to go back and check how many's actually on it, but it is not what you would think it is, okay? It's slowly growing. I'm trying to plug here and there on my channel and social media about getting on the email list. But here's something that I've learned. I can't talk and do two things at one time. That's why I did all my counting like without talking. Something I've learned is that, you know, social media is like free marketing, right? You just have to do it. Now you can do paid ads and stuff. I do not. I just try to utilize what's free. And then there's email marketing. People have different preferences. Like there's people on Instagram that are not on TikTok and vice versa. There's, this is largely generational or just people in really busy phases of life that are not really on social media. They have it, like they have the Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, but they're just busy and they prefer email, whatever it is. And so I think there's value in advertising like all places, or not even advertising, just putting things about your business out there. It could be teasing an upcoming collection or throwing out a sale like I did yesterday. So that is definitely a very valuable thing that I've learned in the last year since going full-time with my business. Now, I'm not gonna lie, email list was a little overwhelming to me, and not because it was just another thing on my to-do list. I don't wanna bother people. And that sounds so dumb saying that. Like, I know this because I'm not bothering them. They chose to sign up. Either they'll read it or they don't. You know, if the email happens to interest them, they'll read it. If it doesn't, they won't read it. But I still, it was just like it's just like a stumbling block in my brain. I'm just like, I don't want to like blow up people's inboxes, but I don't. I send like one email a week max, maybe, if I remember to actually do it. I got a wild hair yesterday and I was like, you know what? It's been a slow week. I'm gonna do a BOGO event. And I got 2 sales. And 2 orders to some might be like, all right. But to me, I got the biggest order I've ever gotten out of those 2. I think the takeaway on the email list is just don't discount it. I do not pay for some extra service like OmniSend or what some other ones like MailChimp. There's a bunch of them out there, and I probably should, and I probably will in the future. That's just like my brain, like my plate is maxed out on what I'm trying to do right now. And, you know, I'm starting homeschooling my daughter in about a month and a half. So like, I'm just kind of maxed out as far as learning new things. And so I probably will in the future, but I literally just use the email app on my Shopify. I draft the email image, like what I want it to look like in Canva. I have these templates that I use and reuse all the time. I just upload it into the Canva email, and that is the easiest thing for me to do right now as far as the busy of where I'm at right now. And that's honestly been the easiest, most manageable thing for me to do. It's probably gonna be more manageable when I finally pay to use another system, but I'm just not there. If you don't have a website to have an email list, I'm gonna circle back to that. Okay, we're gonna have to pause chatting because now I have not pulled any of the massive amount of stickers that she got. So we're gonna put all this big stuff to the side. I love how my sticker wall looks. Like I use it as decor, but it's also really handy to just do this right here. We've got dog antidepressants. I also have a cat one, but I don't know if she got those or not. I'd have to look. She got 12 self-love juice stickers. 1 silly goose on the loose sticker. These are a really good seller at markets. Okay, first page, done. 3 no energy vampires allowed. I think this one's gonna be super cute at markets this year. I also have this in a magnet. Like, I don't know why I haven't put these on my website yet. I love when people get my Rootin' Tootin' capybara. This is on the side of my sewing machine, and I think it's hilarious. Can you just look at those little cowboy boots? They are so funny. Romanticy Book Club. This one also does really well, and I made it extra big on purpose because it's gorgeous. I was gonna get rid of this one, the Disco Cherries, because I thought cherries were kind of phasing out. I'm gonna try it at the first couple markets this year just because it sold so well last year. The teenagers like this one. Naturally introverted, selectively extroverted. This is me. This is me. Meet me at the bookstore. This is another naturally introverted, selectively extroverted. I just couldn't decide which one I like, and they both sell equally well at markets. In my bookish era, this one's holographic for my Kindle girlies out there. The I'd rather be home finishing my TBR pile is actually a sweatshirt, and it's, ooh, can't even hold this stuff. This is a sweatshirt, and I thought it'd be really cute to have it on a sticker as well. I just love all of the colors on it because it really, really is, friends. I feel like we should all have this on a magnet. I have it on a magnet somewhere, but it says, hey girlie, you are absolutely capable of the life you can't stop thinking about. Oh gosh, I'm glad I didn't mark that off. She's supposed to get 12 of those, not 1. I did have to make up some more of these stickers last night just so I would be ready this morning and I could just get it all together. Then she got 12 of don't let yesterday take too much of today. I'm usually not like into anything like with skulls or something on it. Like, it's just a personal preference. It just kind of doesn't match the vibe of my business. But I thought this one with the mushrooms and the purple was fine. I have 11. Ugh. I'm gonna have to make some more. This one is also really popular. I guess we're all just hangry sometimes. Girl math. Cozy gamer. Oh, she did get some kitty antidepressants. Let me show you the kitty one. I should say chubby kitty ones. As far as an email list, if you're thinking to yourself, well, like I only have like 20 people on mine, or like how do you drive traffic to it? We can, as far as driving traffic to it, we can talk about that in another video if you want to. I'm not a pro at that, to be completely honest with you. I was getting sales from my email list when I only had like 30 or 40 people on there. Now, when I say sales plural, I don't mean dozens or hundreds. Sometimes it was like 1 or 2 here and there, and another time it'd be like 5, you know, and that doesn't sound like much, but you don't know how much the order value is gonna be. I mean, 2 orders of like $100 from one email for a small business could really be something. With only a few dozen people on your email list, it takes time and consistency. And so my goal, even though I didn't have that many people on my list to begin with, was to be consistent. You have to keep showing up, and I keep telling myself that all the time. Just keep showing up and it will pay off. And it does. You have slow times, you have busy times. Summer is notoriously, like, for me at least, really unpredictable as far as sales. And it's been slow lately, I'm not gonna lie. It's been slow. I had a really great launch a few weeks ago around the holiday. It was fantastic. I'm gonna talk more about what I learned from that launch in a future video when I do my next launch. But you just gotta keep showing up. And that doesn't necessarily mean on camera. You have to show up on the back end administratively, if that makes sense. Okay, I had to recount some of these. So these are the same cellophane bags that I use for my magnetic bookmarks, and they're really handy and the same size. That works for stickers. Whenever I get stickers, I always put this really small stuff, especially this many in an order, has to go in some kind of smaller bag. Well, I just said that they would fit in there, and those barely do. It's gonna be an absolute mess in the box if I don't put them in something smaller. And speaking of being consistent, I forgot about all of these over here. These are all stickers that I don't have posted yet. I made these weeks ago, put them over here to be pictured and then listed. And then these two magnetic bookmarks. This is, if I'm remembering correctly, because this was a request by a customer, a Bernedoodle. Don't quote me on that. I'm gonna have to go back and look and see exactly what that was called. And I wanna say Swiss Mountain Dog. See, I've already forgotten which exact breeds these are. Look how stinking cute they are though. So speaking of being consistent, remember to actually take pictures of all your products and get them posted. Don't be like me in that. Okay, these ones are like just a hair too wide to put in those. And so, you know, when you order stuff online, like I believe I got some thread in this, and it is a resealable bag, and they're clean. I don't keep them if they're like dirty looking or if they have like the black smudgy stuff on them, but I keep them just literally for this reason, because I have to package these so randomly. It is not worth me buying a whole package of these when I can just save them whenever I buy thread and they fit in there perfectly. So I don't see the problem in upcycling a little packaging here. I don't enjoy shipping in boxes because they do cost more. So I try to ship in poly mailers as much as possible. Even my tote bags that are in my latest launch, they're foldable, like they're really flexible, so I just fold them up. But this is such a big order, I'm gonna do a box. That is my dog. If you can hear her making some really weird noises. She's old and her give-a-darn is busted for sure. And she just lets me know if I'm being too loud. Let's see my office manager. Rube. Ruby Dooby. Hi. Say hi to everybody. No, you're just gonna grumble. And this little booger is more like the useless intern that doesn't really do anything. They do whatever they want, but they're so cute and adorable. You just have to keep them. Thank you. Thank you. I just realized that I forgot to respond to her note. Like a lot of times people will like write me notes on the order, and then when I print the packing slip, I will respond to their note on the order. And Cynthia, if you're watching, I'm so sorry. I read it. Thank you so much for your words of encouragement. I hope your ladies group loves all the gifts. I hope she sees this, because I feel bad when people take the time to write me a note. Like, I want to respond. I don't know how people do this without showing the actual address. So friends, this was a quick one today, and I hope my words of encouragement about getting uncomfortable about an email list is helpful to you. If you're like, I don't have a website to have an email list, that's okay. I've been talking about doing a Shopify Etsy Square video for a while now, and there's been enough interest in that I'm working on it. I have the outline. It's coming. TBD. I'm a solo one-woman show over here. My husband travels all the time, and I'm about to homeschool, so it's very much doing the best that I can. Friends, if you found this video helpful, if you will just give it a like, it helps my channel grow and other crafty babes like you to find it, and subscribe for future helpful, uncomfortable content. Bye, friends.